And so, and also, this one is actually shown to be.
One more, 1, 2.
My name's Kyle Canore, and my project deals with joining together a stainless steel sample with, or basically steel with ceramic, finding a way to bond steel with ceramic. As well as my side of the project, we were dealing with taking a brazing alloy, which is putting a liquid media between two stainless steel objects and bonding them together.
And we're studying a class of anti-cancer compounds that are structurally similar to the clinically used mitomycin C. These compounds are called the ziridinomycines, and they're shown to have similar efficacy properties as mitomycin C, but are theorized to be a lot less cytotoxic because they don't require reductive activation of the quinone ring like mitomycin C.
Can you tell me a little bit about what it's like to be an undergraduate doing this kind of research at this level?
I find that it helps translate your ability to learn in the classroom and kind of gives you real-world application to apply it to.
Almost every undergrad in the department, at least for chemistry, is involved in some sort of research with some professor. So it's actually a really good opportunity. I've been doing research since my freshman year.
Wow.
And so it's actually been great. It's been a great experience, and I think it's one of the things that have actually kept me motivated with my major and kept me active in the department and stuff.
Mark McNew. For our senior project, we're building a regenerative braking display for the Discovery Center that help like school-age kids that go to the Discovery Center to understand how a hybrid car works and how the energy goes from things that are moving to being stored to back to moving. Sure.
My name is Ashley Rowe. My question for my project was, what do elementary students think about school? Basically what I found is they think a lot of things about school. 3rd through 6th graders answered surveys. They answered it on a volunteer basis. Their parents signed consent forms and then they volunteered to participate. It was definitely worth it. I think it's good for educators to have that background of we should always be constantly asking questions, always be changing and basing off our best practices off of research. So I think it was valuable.
So I'm in the Department of Curriculum Instruction and Foundational Studies in the College of Education. It's, I suppose, part of my personal research agenda is actually empowering teachers to generate knowledge and share knowledge about maybe their best classroom practices, using student voices to figure out how to make decisions in their classrooms. And so it's not something I have to do, but it's something I have made myself do because I think it's important. And it can be a lot of work. I can see why, but then you get colleagues to work with you. And when you come to something like this, it's all worth it in the end.
My name is Emily Dressel, and I am studying the biphasic system, so a liquid-liquid system. So, NMR, you have like a sample, and your electrons are pretty much in a field, in a magnetic field, and then you can disrupt that, and the way it processes it will turn out the spectrum looks like that, and those indicate like your protons or your carbons, whatever nuclei you're looking. Most of my professors come from a very educated background. They've done it all, they've seen it all, they've heard it all, and it's very, very beneficial for me to hear their stories and hey, this is what you do here, and this is how you go to the industry, and this is where you can get your start, and it's awesome.
David Wilkins, and I'm the chair of the Department of Geoscience. It's really students we've been working with for the past 2 or 3 years, and so it's fun to see them develop into science. Basically, it's professional development. We were able to improve our own research by being able to teach somebody else how to do it. We learn from them because they can have different perspectives that we may have overlooked. Sometimes our views can become too clouded or too focused, and they can bring in ideas from outside that we haven't thought about before. Really just with the aspect of interaction with students, undergraduates and graduate students both, in research is a learning experience for the faculty. It's a way we expand our knowledge and get our work done in it as well.
I'm Kelsey Newton. I'm in New York. I'm Corian Hutchinson.
Okay.
And we did our poster on pet attachment and neglect and social support.
For some people, the idea of research is pretty limited to the sciences, maybe engineering. Can you tell me a little bit about being in a subject area that's a little bit less expected as far as being a research topic?
I think it's one of the most interesting subjects I've ever come across. I think when you can understand human behavior and what happens in society
society as far as the psyche is involved. I mean, that is what is in control of everyone's behavior. And if you can understand that a little bit better, I don't know, I think that's one of the most rewarding things that I've been able to experience.
All the projects are really interesting. I really enjoy it, but I just love the energy in the room. You see all these students who put a lot of time into this over the course of the last It's great to get it out there and present it and talk to people about it. They're obviously really enjoying it, and it's a big deal.